So I think definitely being a young female in finance is difficult anyway. It's difficult in corporate as well. And it's very difficult being self-employed. The first thing I did was I set up my social media pages. I was very scared to do it. I didn't post my face on social media for the first 2 months of my business because I was really terrified of being judged for being a young female accountant.
To be honest, I've met a lot of accountants and none of them tend to be young and female.
I know.
They can be female, but young. You're actually right. I can see why that would be intimidating for you.
Yeah, so I thought I'll post something and then everyone's going to be like, I wouldn't trust her. And that was sort of my main worry before I did it. Then I did it and I realised it's fine. Yes, I get comments on TikTok. If you want some light entertainment, scroll through my TikTok comments. They're horrific. But that doesn't bother me because I have clients and my clients like me for me. And so I started my social media pages and I started going to networking events because when I started my business, I moved to London and I thought I really needed a secure network around me of people I could go to, especially for clients' needs like insurance, mortgage advisors, financial advisors, things like that. Just so I can be like, you can come to me, but if you need anyone, I'm the person you come to because I know X amount of people that can help you, which I think is really, really valuable. And then from there, I just started putting a lot of time into social media. And that is basically how it's grown.
Like, what about behind the scenes though? Because things have changed to an extent. So for example, the business landscape has changed a lot, especially post-COVID. Remote work is more popular than ever. And more people are running their businesses remotely. I know it, you know it, but for the listeners, what are the advantages of working remotely?
The first one I think is saving costs. So I don't have to rent an office anywhere, which is perfect for me because if I was to rent an office in London, it would cost me
an arm and a leg.
All my kidneys.
Oh, what? What do you have? There's only 2, right?
Yeah, but it wouldn't just be 1, it would be 2. So all of them.
All of them, yeah.
And so I think that's a massive benefit. The other benefit is flexibility. So I can work from anywhere, which is really exciting. So although I haven't been to Bali yet, I have been on holiday. So I can take my laptop away with me and work and nothing changes, obviously, except the time zone, which is really valuable. And it gives me flexibility to sort of go out to clients and see them in person as well.
Yeah, I like that. What I like most about the remote thing is that you can just work at any time and any place.
Yeah.
Because I do that with private architecture clients that I get who want me to design an extension for them or whatever. The way I work, because I'm a bit of a night owl, in the corporate world or in the architecture world, I would look unproductive because they'd be like, Lazo, why are you doing this at 4 a.m? Or more importantly, why are you in the office?
Yeah.
Whereas because I work for myself, I can just, I don't know, spend the day, record a podcast with Grace, and then do my work after midnight if I wanted to. Do you know what I mean?
And I think you're so right. So for me, I sleep a lot. Sleep is really important. If I don't sleep well, I'm a horrible person and no one wants to be around me. And so I will happily wake up at 9, 10 every day. And I'm so much more productive in the afternoon than I am in the morning. And so having that flexibility working for myself and not having to go into an office is so beneficial. So I can have a nice slow morning, make my porridge, mooch around, tidy my room, whatever it needs to be. And then from 12 till 12, I can work really hard and that's when I'm most productive.
Yeah, I like that. And you can also arrange your client meetings around that, can't you? I really like that. I have this tangent. Bear with me, please. Some people are getting ready to judge me. You might agree, you might not agree. Girls that are 5'2" and below need a lot of sleep. I compare them to small supercars.
Yeah.
Where they need a whole load of petrol to not go that far. Do you know what I mean? And I think you're the type of girl probably sleeps like 10 hours a day.
Yeah.
Easy?
Easy. I slept for 14 hours the other day because I had like, I think 3 consecutive nights of about 8 hours and I was exhausted.
Wow, 8 hours?
Yeah.
Wow, I should take you into architecture. 8 hours is like, what's 8 hours? Nothing, mate. Like, we do crazy hours in it. Do you know what it is? That is one difference I find with accounting because a lot of my friends are accountants, so 2 of them. And even when I was at uni with them, right, they just had a different lifestyle to me.
Yeah.
Like, they would wake up a bit earlier. they would think I was weird for being awake at 5 a.m. And I also never understood what the lines were. But I never understood what all these numbers were. And I would just say, why can't you use a calculator or an AI system? Yeah, we come from two different worlds. And we've had a little clash in the middle through podcasting.
Exactly.
And we will tell everyone about your upcoming podcast at the end. But
fine.
let's tease that for later. Now, on a more serious note, as a girl in the financial or in the corporate world, you've talked about challenges and I've seen you post about your challenges. Have you got any stories or examples, anything you would like to...
How long do we have?
As long as you want.
I'll keep it short. So I think definitely being a young female in finance is difficult anyway. It's difficult in corporate as well. And it's very difficult being self-employed. So for me, when I go to networking events, I will get mistaken for people's PAs, girlfriends. They'll say, who do you work for? And I go, myself. And they go, oh, really?
Or maybe they think it's a joke or something.
Yeah. And I go, yeah, no, it's me. Or like, I went to go do a talk at an event the other day and they were like, oh, like, are you here for the event? And I was like, yeah, like, I'm speaking. Like, I'm the event. And they were like, oh, okay. And it's stuff like that just makes me feel a bit weird. Especially on TikTok that I've already glossed over. It is the fact that I'm female. If you go in the comments, it's all young males being like, you're a female, you can't do this, you're too young, you don't have enough experience, it's daddy's money, it's this, it's that. It's OnlyFans, and I go, it's absolutely none of the above. But thank you so much for your lovely input, and you're boosting my posts because you're commenting.
Yeah, they do actually. It does add to the algorithm. Now, I would say, well, I don't know what to say. Where do these young men get it from?
Don't ask me.
No, I understand, but societally. So when me and you look at the society we live in.
Yeah.
Where do those norms and values come from? Like, why is it so easy to poke fun at a young woman for being a businesswoman?
I think it's because it's not normal. And so anything that's a bit different or not normal, people like to call it out. And especially on social media, because they don't have to do it in person. They can sit behind the safety of their screen and share their opinions, whether it be positive or negative, on any topic whatsoever. Whereas if you do it in person, I'm there to sort of chat back.
Grace will clap back. But I noticed this with one of the clips that I posted for the Culture Clash episode, which was revolving around cultural identity and racism to an extent. And there was a whole fight, honestly, that broke out in the TikTok comments. There was well over 80 comments. I couldn't understand where half of them were going. But social media is a strange place. My solution for it personally, so it's not a popular opinion, but I think if me and you sign up for a TikTok account or an Instagram account, then we not only give our name and date of birth, but actually our ID. So then if I am racist towards somebody, or if I do say something inappropriate, I can get called out on it.
Yeah.
Whereas, like you said, people have these burner accounts that follows 1,000 people with 0 following with a random picture that you know is not
User
themselves.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
What the hell is even that? Like that should just be banned. I almost think sometimes the social media companies allow for it to happen because there is a niche in there for these trolls.
But it's also the fact that it's like freedom of speech, which is very important to people. So people should be allowed to say whatever they'd like.
How free should your speech be?
That's a very difficult conversation.
That is a difficult conversation, and it's not one for today. And maybe we will do a podcast on it. But so how do you combat the challenges of people trying to judge you for being a girl? Aside from just being successful and continuous in what you're
without
doing.
just being Grace Hardy.
The camera just picked up on that.
I think it's actually just caring less. I think people care too much, and it's definitely a piece of advice I would give to my younger self is care less what people think. So before I started putting my face on social media, I go to therapy on a regular basis, and I was like to my therapist, I don't know why I can't do it. And she was like, come on, marinate in it, sit in it. What do you think is the issue? And I was like, I think the issue is I don't want people I know seeing it. I don't really care about strangers, bizarrely. But like, I remember someone from my old work liked one of my TikToks, and then I got really shy and like in my head, and I was like, oh my God, they've seen one of my TikToks. Oh my God.
Shy as in embarrassed?
Yeah, as in embarrassed. And so it's like Gemma from school. That's who I'm most afraid who will see my social media. And it's Gemma from school's opinion that matters to me most, which is really bizarre. And so then I was like, actually, I don't really care what Gemma thinks. Why is she being a barrier to my success? And then you care less, and then you post more, and you think and post more freely because that barrier isn't in the way anymore.
Also, you've kind of overthought it, because if we take that example, she's just liked your video.
Yeah.
She hasn't commented, she hasn't been negative.
No. I don't know what her thought process is. So it's really bizarre. It's people that I know. But you just get over it. And it's like those comments that those males, whatever they are, post on my TikTok that are negative don't affect me because they don't know me personally. I think Tom Holland said, if you don't have my number, then you can't have a problem with me because you don't know me well enough. And that's what I keep in my head all the time. These people don't know anything about me. 9 times out of 10, it's probably just coming from a place of jealousy. And that's okay, but they don't need to project on me. That's not my problem.
Or maybe just someone with too much time on their hands.
Yeah, go start a business, because then you won't have any time.
She's right. She's actually right. What is time, Grace?
I don't know.
I have no concept of time. I could not tell you what day it is, okay? I'm lying. I could today because I knew Grace was due here from London.